Welcome to another RSR. Tonight we are reviewing St. Louis City SC 2, Houston Dynamo FC 1, in the CONCACAF Champions Cup round 1, I should say. Leg 1, not the round of 16, round 1, leg 1 of the tournament. St. Louis City won late on, right before stoppage time. They got their second goal. They should have scored more, but Houston honestly should have scored more. Of course, an offside goal scored in the first half by Ibrahim Aliyu. His pass was offside to Carrasquilla that led to his shot before the return pass, so that is disallowed. Halftime, it is 0-0. 0-0 at the medio tiempo. Halftime, 0-0. St. Louis is slightly the better team, I think. They look like the better team on the night, but here's the problem. They don't have any goals. And I did not totally like the situation they were in. They should have had a goal at least. I think they should have scored before the half. But in the end, they found a way. 62nd minute, Tim Parker. Who else but Tim Parker? The man who scored the first league goal, the first playoff goal, and now the first CONCACAF goal for St. Louis. He heads it into the far post. Steve Clark could do nothing about it. Makes it 1-0 in the 62nd minute. Tim Parker. 1-0. St. Louis. Sebastian Kowalczyk scores in the 72nd minute. Ball played into him. Aliyu with a inch-perfect pass. Cuts in. Kowalczyk pops it in past Berkey to make it 1-1. 1-1. Easy as you like. And then finally in the 90th minute, right before stoppage time, defender loses the ball. Jose Kojima jumps on it, takes a shot, and just lofts it into the net. It doesn't even spin on the ground. Past Steve Clark to make it 2-1. 2-1. Jose Kojima with his first goal in his MLS for the club in his pro career. 2-1. It ends 2-1. 2-1 St. Louis. Big win for City. Stats are as follows: 15 shots to 6, 6 shots on goal to 2, 50%, 40% possession to 60% possession, 253 passes to 402, 70% pass accuracy to 76, 8 fouls, 13, 0 offside to 2, 0 yellow cards to 3, 0 red cards, 0, 6 corners to 3. St. Louis was sloppy at points in this game. I think they were sloppy at points in this game. I think at times they definitely played questionably. I think at times they could have been better. I think at times they could have shown more power, more fight, more heart, more anything, to be completely honest. St. Louis, in the end, they played a good game. This is true. I think they played a very good game as this game was played. They won, rightfully so. Yes, it's 2 goals, 1 away goal. Makes things harder in the second leg, that is for certain. But let me tell you when I say this, I believe in St. Louis. I do. I believe in St. Louis City. I believe they can do some amazing things this year, and they can also go deeper in Champions Cup than I would have thought. Of course, Houston lost Herrera and Bassi tonight, 2 of their best players. Of course, one of their other best players went to Cincinnati to start this season. So that's not great either. But 3 of your best players are gone, and they still held on. They still didn't look too bad as this game went for Houston. St. Louis was still the better team, though. St. Louis still knew what they were going to do, what they should have done, and what they needed to do. There was never a question, never any doubt, really, that this St. Louis team could do a great performance, could put out a great performance. The question was, are they going to be better at big games? But I kind of felt like that would be the case this year. They didn't start Leuven. Honestly, looked pretty smart. Ozzy Jackson played a pretty good game. Then Jose Kojima came on and said, you know what, I'll get this one for you since you didn't get the goal. Klaus, he had some chances. Tim Parker is a tough man. He's a damn good player. He found that goal. For me, I got to go. We had some really good chances. For man of the match, for St. Louis, I got to go with Ozzy Jackson. He played really well in that midfield spot. I think he had some really good chances. He created some really good chances. This team could have won by multiple goals. More than one. Well, yeah, I guess they won by one. They scored two, so one by multiple goals would be correct. But, you know, I like the way that St. Louis played. And Oz Jackson was a big reason why they played the way that they played. And no Edouard Leuven, they needed a guy to pick up the slack and pick up the pace. And Oz Jackson did that. He played very well. And I'm very happy with the way St. Louis played. And it's a very interesting situation. Now they have an away goal against them. They need to win or just not lose equal 1-0 or lose by 1. Well, that is losing. If they lose 2-1, they're out. If they lose 3-2, I still think they win on away goals. Yeah. So there you go. So if they lose by 1 and it's 1-0, they're out. If they lose by 1, it's 2-1. They go to extra time. Anything more and they lose by 1, they're still through. So it's a very tight squeeze for Houston with the away goal, but they have to win. Houston has to win to go through in this tie with the away goal. It's really hard to do with a draw. It's really hard to hold with a draw or anything of the sort. They have to win, Houston. So St. Louis had a pretty good performance. But again, it's a very tight window as well for them to win. A 1-0 win puts them through. A 2-0 win, of course, would. I mean, of course, a multiple goal win would do it too. But I don't see this tie ending with a Houston multiple goal win. I don't. I don't. They'll either win by 1 and it depends on how it falls, or St. Louis draws and goes through, or wins. St. Louis wins and goes through. I still think they need Hector Herrera. It was a very open game, I have to say, for this game. It was a very open game for St. Louis and Houston. Both sides played an open game. Both sides played a very interesting match. And both sides played a very well-played, interesting match. And I liked the way this game went. I liked the way this game played out. But I think St. Louis was always the more dangerous team as this game went. They will always look like the more dangerous team. I think that'll keep on going next week. Unless Bossy comes back, then that could change something. But that's 7 days. We'll see. And I'm sure his fitness isn't the best, considering he's had to worry about his permanent residency and green card. We'll see. But we'll see what happens with Houston. But St. Louis got a good win. I think Houston played a tough game as well. St. Louis looked really good. They looked like they didn't lose a step from last year, even with the little bit of the changes they made. They made some really good subs. Klaus needs to get that scoring touch back. But other than that, I think St. Louis looked really good, and they deserved to win. And Houston, a draw would have been fair, I think, but they were definitely offside. I don't think that was a steal job, but, I mean, Carrasquillo was offside on the first pass and then receiving the pass from Aliu. So it wasn't a steal job, but I think a 2-2 draw would have been fair. But a 2-1 win's great for St. Louis, and it's a very good positioning for St. Louis as this tie goes. So, with that being said, great win for St. Louis. They deserve it. Tough game. Good fight. Good win for the City Boys. And there you go. Or the Toasted Ravs. There we go. There we go. That's better. St. Louis wins, and they have a second leg lead, or a lead going into the second leg, and a very good chance to push this on. So with that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us to play. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you tomorrow for a live watch along of both Inter Miami versus Real Salt Lake and Calvary FC versus Orlando City SC, and we will be reviewing Calvary versus Orlando tomorrow. But there you go. One MLS game, one Champions Cup game, and I'll probably be but I'll probably have Independiente versus New England up as the Miami game is going. I probably will. So there you go. With that being said, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm running them out. Peace. Good one, St. Louis. Let's go.